What's the most efficient way to study Jiu-Jitsu? One question from this user here who asked, Bernardo, I hear a lot of people talking about studying Jiu-Jitsu. In your opinion, what's the most efficient way to study Jiu-Jitsu? Guys, this is a great question, and I'm gonna be a little biased here to answer this question because I'm the co-founder of IBJJFanatics.com, right? But anyways, I think I can really answer this question because right now in my life, I am studying a lot of Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm having some free time every day here and there, and I am at BJJ Fanatics watching a ton of videos. And even though I'm biased to answer this question, I think I'm gonna be able to answer very well. Because guys, in my opinion, the most efficient way to study Jiu-Jitsu is instead of trying to learn one move, which you're probably gonna end up memorizing the move, you're not gonna understand the move so well, it's to try to study like 3 or 4 moves in a sequence from someone that you look up to. So for example, nowadays I have been watching a lot of videos from Gordon Ryan and Marcelo Garcia because I'm doing a lot of no-gi. And every time I study, I always try to watch like at least 4 or 5 moves in a sequence. Because then I can understand how they're thinking about that move. If you just go on Instagram and watch some reel or go on YouTube and watch one move here and there, you're gonna learn one move. But my goal is always to try to understand how they're thinking and what's the sequence that they're using. When you understand the sequence, everything makes a lot more sense. So for example, if I go there and I just show you like, oh, here's my arm bar from close guard. Okay, great. But what I really want to understand is like, when you are in the close guard, what are the grips that you start setting up? If you go to the arm bar and the arm bar doesn't work, what's your second option? If the second option doesn't work, do you have one sweep that you can use right away? And etc, etc, etc. I'm a big believer that in Jiu-Jitsu, you should always have 2, 3, or 4 options for every move that you do. Because Jiu-Jitsu is like chess. So if I go for the armbar and my opponent knows how to defend the armbar, what I'm gonna do next? Or I'm just gonna quit and stop. So we should always have something to do right away, you know. So I'm gonna go for the armbar. If he defends, I'm gonna try the omoplata in the other arm, or I'm gonna try to sweep him with the pendle sweep, and etc, etc, etc. So we should always try to have like 2 or 3 moves for every move we do. And the best way to study Jiu-Jitsu is understanding those 2, 3, or 4 moves from the instructors that you look up to. So if you pay attention, all the very best guys in Jiu-Jitsu ever, they always have a sequence that they kind of follow, you know, like, so you can think about all of that, you know, like, for example, like we were talking about Marcelo Garcia, right? He would play the butterfly guard, and then he would try the arm drag. If the arm drag doesn't work, he tries to go underneath the person, go to one leg X guard. If one leg X guard doesn't work, he goes to the X guard. Everything is in sequence, you know, like, same thing with Gordon, you know, like, Gordon, he goes to the one leg X guard or Shigarami, whatever you want to call, and then he has the heel hook from there. If the heel hook doesn't work, he switches for the outside, inside heel hook, and all type of attacks. And many other examples, like Roger Gracie, you know, like, he had that very basic and fundamentals game that everybody knew what he would do. But he had that sequence that he would pass someone's guard, he would get the side control, he would get the mount, and he would go for the cross-collar choke. So if you just learn the cross-collar choke, the Roger Gracie system doesn't make too much sense. But once you understand how he passed the guard, how he establishes side control, how he gets the mount, and how he goes for the cross-collar, I think this is the most efficient way to study Jiu-Jitsu. And I think like a platform like BJJ Fanatics helps a lot on that because it teaches you the sequence. It's very different than YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that you just see a random move and looks like you're reading news, you know, like the analogy that I like to make is like when you watch like a move on Instagram, for example, you're kind of like reading the news. And when you watch an instructional video at BJJ Fanatics, you're reading the book, you know, like, which one you're going to learn more? You're going to learn more by reading that little article, or you're going to learn more by reading the book? So in my opinion, the best way to become smarter or anything in life is by reading the book. And I think like watching a instructional video, even if it's not from BJJ Fanatics, from any other platform, watching the entire instructional video, it is the most efficient way to really study Jiu-Jitsu and understand how someone's thinking, understand all the sequence, see which part of the sequence works for you, which part of the sequence doesn't work for you, and then also that part of the sequence doesn't work for you. Is there any other instructor who plays that game that could fit better on your game, and things like that? So this is the type of thing that I have been doing lately. Like, I'm studying a lot of leg locks. I'm trying to play around with leg locks. So I go and watch Gordon's videos, then I watch Craig Jones' videos, then I watch Lachlan, watch John and Jason Rao, and I try to put them all together and see which way works the best for me. You know, like, and then just this week, for example, Heath Paddy was here filming for us, and then I was studying a lot of heel hooks with him, and he was showing me a lot of tips that I had never seen before. And then I was asking all these questions about what's your sequence, what do you do from here, and then if they do this, what do you do, if they do that. So in my opinion, this is the most efficient way, you know, like, it's by watching the instruction. Watch at least like 30 minutes, you know, like, try to understand the thinking behind that instructor. So hope that helps, guys. I think I talked too much over here, sorry about that. And I did my best here to answer this question. And guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to write to me either here in the comments, I always read the questions, or send me a DM on Instagram, and I'm always gonna try to reply all the questions here for you guys making those videos. Hope you guys enjoyed, and os. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.